the South now. Got people riding on their motorbikes on grass right next to the highway.
Right next to the road?
Right next to the highway.
What do you call it?
What do you call it here? The road?
The road.
The road.
We're on the road. We're not.
Got people on there motorbike back to Cherry Blossom Rape.
Wow.
So I'm heading back to LA today, but before we go, I have to get Southern food one last time because it's so good. And if you live in any other part of the country and you think that you've had Southern barbecue, you have not, because there's plenty of like barbecue places all over California, and they are garbage compared to actual Southern barbecue. It is incredible. So that's where we're going. I look really bizarre today.
I feel like I look bizarre too.
I think I look really weird. Maybe it's just because my phone is
phone.
shattered. We're at my favorite barbecue place in Macon. It's called Fresh Air. Let me show you this wonderment. We got the pulled pork. And we got the baked beans.
Yeah.
And we got coleslaw. And we got some plain old white bread that you put it all on and you eat it, and it's delicious. That was the weirdest experience I've ever had on a flight, maybe even in my life. The guy I was sitting next to on the plane watched the Miranda Sings episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee that I did with Jerry Seinfeld, and it was so nerve-wracking and uncomfortable to see my face on a screen and know this guy was like probably 50. There's no way he knew who I was previous to watching this episode, and the anticipation of waiting to see if he's gonna turn it off or if he was gonna watch the whole thing and if he was gonna laugh. It was just really, really weird, and I got nervous. I'll explain it in the car because I feel really weird talking around strangers. Look, I'm with Rachel now. Hi! That's my sister Rachel! What? So, okay, so anyway, I was talking about this in the airport and I got uncomfortable talking about it out loud in front of strangers.
I hate vlogging in public.
So, I know, me too. So, it was so awkward because I'm used to performing in front of people who've already seen my videos before, and if someone watches my video, I'm standing right there. So if like my mom or my friends or even someone who's never heard of me before watches one of my videos, I'm standing there. So even if they hate it, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's great. Like they'll tell me that they like it. So the fact that he had no idea I was sitting next to him and I had to sit 1 inch away from a man watching Miranda for the first time and see if he hated it or if he loved it, I was sweating, I was panicking.
You were panicking.
I was freaking out. I was texting Rachel, was like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm panicking. And I was in a middle seat, so it's not like I could have gotten up and like walked around. Part of me wanted to say something to him. I wanted to be like, hey, that's me, because I'm really proud of that episode. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever done in my life.
I think
it's really funny.
At the end, you should have been like, that was a good episode.
I know, well, I wanted to, but I felt like it would have been just so cocky and like annoying, because then I thought, well, first I thought I wanted to tap him on the shoulder and be like, hey, that's me. But then I was like, no, because what if he hates it and then he'll feel forced to finish it?
That's why you say it at the end.
Yeah, and so then I waited till the end and I watched the end of the episode happen. And so I was like, okay, I can say something. I'll say it now, I'll say it now. And I just chickened out because I was like, if that were me and I watched something on an airplane and then the person next to me was like, hey, that's me, I'd be like, ew, what a douche. Like, to try to get recognition for something I just watched, now I have to sit next to this person. Do I need to compliment them? Like, I think I just was like, oh, I would feel uncomfortable, so I didn't say anything. But then I was nervous the whole flight that he was gonna recognize me. I was so panicky. Like, I started editing a Miranda video and he kind of looked over and I like shut my computer really fast, but I like desperately needed to edit a Miranda video. But it was a really weird experience, and the coolest part was he was laughing. So the first 10 minutes I could tell he was like, what is this? But then he started kind of chuckling a little bit and I couldn't tell if he was burping or laughing. And then after a while he was like really laughing out loud, and it was such a cool moment, because you know, people tell you you're talented when they talk to you because they don't want to be mean. So people, you know, in my career,
people don't tell me I'm talented. Braggy.
No, but you never really know who's telling the truth and who's just saying that to be nice. So it was really cool to see a middle-aged man who clearly never heard of me before watching my episode, and he was laughing at jokes that I was saying in that episode, and it was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like, I don't know, it was probably the biggest compliment I've ever received in my entire life, was him laughing at me, and he doesn't even know that I was sitting next to him, and he didn't even say anything to me, but it was the biggest compliment in the world. So anyway, if you ever watch this random person, you probably won't ever, but if you ever do, you, random middle-aged man, gave me the best compliment of my entire life, and I'm forever grateful. It was a very cool moment for me to see you laugh. And yeah, anyway, Rachel and I are hanging out. She's gonna take me home, and I'm gonna try to force her to stay around me for as long as possible because I missed her. I'm so pissed. I ordered a Christmas present for my mom, and I got home, and normally they put our packages on our doorstep, but this delivery person was just lazy and just threw it over the fence onto our lawn, and the sprinklers went off today, obviously, and it got the whole thing soaking wet. It was an adult coloring book because she said she likes them, and it ruined the whole book is soaking wet. I'm so sad. Why would they do that? Why would they ruin this present?